Gauhar, я вас представлю. Okay, hi guys again. I hope you had a good evening and had good activities today earlier in the day. This is me, Dinar, again with you. Today we're starting our series of cultural and entertainment sessions. And the first one will be about welcome to Kazakhstan, where I would like to represent our guest. She's a guest speaker. Her name is Gauhar Dosova. She represents the company called Friendly Tours. It's a company oriented to attract international tourists into Kazakhstan and show all these great, amazing places that we have. And she will do this to you online today, show you all the places that that are usually attracted by the tourists. Yes, so I think Gauhar later in her slides will tell about herself, but let me please show you a short video about Kazakhstan. It's actually a compilation of what Gauhar will today show you in terms of pictures, but I will show you in terms of video. Well, actually, Гавхар, вы можете? Вот все. Can you see it?
Yes.
Since the dawn of time, we have been fascinated by the land beyond the horizon. We have roamed in search of something new, and every traveller has imagined their ideal travel stand. It was a land where an awe-inspiring view greeted you on every corner. And talk about the roads. It's a land of enchantment, messages from the past away. It's a land of adventure. Every road will walk you with a different road, through mountains, steppes, canyons, valleys, and even those roads that no one has stepped on before you. And each night in Kazakhstan feels like home, whether under the vast sky or under a one-of-a-kind roof. While you catch up on rest or hang out with your new friends, how can we ever have enough time to do everything? To remember this city and this sunset and this moment with that special song. While in Travistan, you can't help but be inspired. Heavenly smell. In Travistan, experience a land of culinary discoveries, where for every meal you get a new deal.
Welcome to Kazakhstan.
Welcome to Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Dinara.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So welcome to Kazakhstan. The floor is yours, Gauhar. Please continue sharing your slides and tell us. And let's together say welcome to Kazakhstan to our guys.
Okay, hi guys, hello. I hope you see me and hear me well. And I would like, am I right? Let's check, is everyone, does everyone see me and hear me? Okay, yes? Okay, great. So let me welcome you into Kazakhstan. And today, in just 1 hour, we will do a really interesting trip into the country, into my country. And it's actually very interesting, you know, a unique opportunity to see the whole country in just 1 hour. And I will try to make it possible for you today. So just some overview of today, of this hour, what I will do for you. First, I will tell about myself, about my company, and then I will tell several facts about Kazakhstan. And after this, I will introduce you to different parts of the country. Okay, let's see what we can do. So this is me. Guys, maybe we will turn off our.
Okay. Could you guys please turn off your microphones? Or actually, I'll do it now.
Okay, thank you very much, Dinara. So we will have, yeah, it's a very interesting music playing from someone's computer. Sounds like very authentic.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
please go ahead. Yeah.
We're here. Okay, so my name is Gauhar, and I'm a co-founder and I'm also a guide in Friendly Tours Kazakhstan. We do tours around Kazakhstan for guests from all over the world. I did, here is my name. It's not so easy. I understand the Kazakh names are not so easy to remember sometimes, but actually the interesting part is that every name means something. So for example, my name means diamond, and you can ask your new friends from Kazakhstan what the name means, and it will be interesting conversation starter maybe for in a lot of cases. So I love to travel, and I also love to meet different people. So that's why I started, me and my friend, we started our own company called Friendly Tours. And I do what I really love. I meet people and show them beautiful parts of my country. So what we do private and group tours. We help our guests to book big tickets and hotels, and we provide different services of our guides and interpreters and drivers. And also we are, I'm very proud to say that we are in the top 5 on TripAdvisor, thanks to the reviews of our guests. So welcome to Kazakhstan. Let's have a let's see a little bit more about my country. So I would, let's see this political map of the world. And when I travel abroad, like in some different countries, not all people know where even Kazakhstan is located. So let's look closer. We are located in the middle of Eurasian.
Gauhar,
Yes?
excuse me. Did you do the slides? Because I cannot see the slides, I think.
Oh, yes, of course. I do. I'm sorry.
Демонстрация экрана?
Да, сейчас, минуточку. Странно. Так. Sorry. Так. Okay. So, how about now? Does everyone see now the slides?
Yes, we can see. Yeah, we can see. Thank you.
I'm so sorry if I showed you, if I started without slides. I thought that it's on screen. So let's go fast again through. My name is Gauhar and I'm a co-founder of Friendly Tours, and I really love travel and I really love meeting people. So we started with my friend company, Friendly Tours, and we do different tours around Kazakhstan, and we are in the top 5 in TripAdvisor reviews. So let me introduce my country. We are located in the middle of Eurasia, as you see, because as I said, not a lot of my international friends knew where Kazakhstan is located. So we are located in the middle of the continent, and as you see, we are neighboring such giant countries like Russia, China, and then on the south we have border with Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and by sea we also have our neighbors like such as Iran and Azerbaijan. Let's go through the 7 facts. I don't want to bore you with the boring facts from Wikipedia, you know, about our population and other numbers, but let's just, I want you to have some idea about my country. So firstly, I am an original Kazakh, and Kazakh, the nationality Kazakh, the word Kazakh means wanderer or independent. So we are historically, we've been nomads for long time. And we are still nomads now. We love traveling around and discovering new places. So for this year, we mostly discover our own country because of the closed borders and just because of these times. So Kazakhstan is the biggest landlocked country in the world. Again, let's go back to the map. We are a big country, and as you see, we don't have any exit to the ocean. But despite this fact, we actually have our own sea, which is Caspian Sea. And actually in the world, it's if to be proper geographically, we could tell that it's a lake, actually, the biggest lake in the world. But some other facts are saying that it's a sea, such as the saltiness of the water and the bottom of the sea, which reminds ocean bottom. So because we have Caspian Sea, we have our own navy, you know, so it's interesting, right, for a landlocked country to have its own navy in the country. Another fact, third fact, is that we are a very, very rich country. So as you see, we are very lucky to have 99 chemical elements from 110 elements. And of course, the main, our elements that we have and the base of our economy, it's oil and gas and coal. And if you go to the Western Kazakhstan, you will see this. This will be a quite typical landscape that you will see from the window of your car. Another interesting fact that we became a place of historical, historical for people to go into the space. So Baikonur cosmodrome, it's a place where first man in the history of humanhood went into the space. So I guess you all know this guy, Yuri Gagarin, the first man in the space, 1961. In April, he successfully flight into the space and then landed already in the territory of Russian Federation. So you can actually come here to Kazakhstan to see a launch of the rocket. Another thing is that we are highly multinational country. We have 120 nationalities living together, and I have a lot of friends who are from different nationalities, so we share different holidays and cuisine all together, and it's very fun to have. Another thing is that apples actually are from Kazakhstan. So on the southeast of Kazakhstan, there is Tian Shan Mountains, and we have trees with apples called Malus sieversi. This is progenitor of all apples of the world, actually. And this man, Vavilov Nikolai, he was the first one who actually proposed this idea into the world when he just came here. And the last fact for now is that we are the country where the horses first tamed and ridden. So if you want to know a little bit more about this, you can Google Botai culture, and you will see amazing, interesting facts about these ancient people who lived on the north of Kazakhstan. So now let's go and start our discovery from the capital of Kazakhstan called Nur-Sultan. So on this map, you see the map of Kazakhstan, like symbolical, and you see two big cities called Almaty and Nur-Sultan. So we start from Nur-Sultan, and why do you see these two cities? Because these two cities are the biggest cities of Kazakhstan, and Almaty was capital from 1929, if I'm not mistaken, and it was capital until 1997. And Nur-Sultan became capital from 1997, and it is capital up to this moment. So let's see. If this year would be just a regular year as all other years, you would be here and you would see this with your own eyes, of course. This is the center of the capital of Nur-Sultan, and here you see one of the main architectural points of the city. It's a viewpoint built in the shape of the tree called Bayterek. And Bayterek means poplar tree from the Kazakh language. So actually what you see, this golden shape, how do you say, ball, this is a place where you can go up into this last high level and see the whole city from this point. The Astana is Nur-Sultan or Astana, the old name of the city. Actually, the city had really interesting history of with different names, and it was a Russian fortress. It was a place of the settlement on a Silk Road. It was a big Soviet city, very important for the country and for the Soviet Union as a whole. And now it's a capital, and the capital, like the city is divided into two parts. One of the part, it's right bank of the city. There is a river called Ishim River. So this river divides the city into the two parts, and the right part, it's mostly the old city, and the left part, it's a new city. So what you see right now, for example, on all these photos, all these buildings were built just around 20 years ago. Can you imagine? Like the whole city can be built in just 20 years. And I love to go there with my guests and see all these futuristic landscapes of this place. You know, for example, on the left side, you see the Expo building, which is the circular shape building. It's actually a museum of energy, which is really, really, really interesting place, not only for kids, but really, really interesting even for adults, because so many interesting details there inside. Okay, let's move forward. Astana, surrounded by amazing, stunning nature. Like, for example, here you see Burabai National Park. This is Burabai Lake. You can actually do amazing, quite easy hiking. If you're not used for hiking, this is a perfect road. Here are my guests, my guests from Scotland actually. And they came last year to support their team. There was a football game, Scotland, Kazakhstan. And actually Kazakhstan won. It was really, really interesting game for us. And there was like around 500 people from Scotland came to support their team. Also, not far from Almaty is not far from Nur-Sultan, I'm sorry. There is a very, very important place to visit. It's Alger Camp Museum. This is a museum dedicated to the victims of the Stalin repressions. Mostly it was a camp for women. Women, like wives of the political leaders of those times, 1920s, 1930s, and some other very prominent, very famous women. So a lot of them, they were sent here for up to 5-7 years. So it's very important not to forget about past. Now let's move to Almaty. So you see on the southeast of the country, there is a city called Almaty. I live in Almaty right now, and I live here for last 20 years, can say. And despite Almaty is not a capital of Kazakhstan, but this is a cultural center of the city, of the country. It's a business center of the country. And just it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world, I think so, in my personal opinion. So here you see the view of the city from the hill, from one of the hills that surround the city. Actually, Almaty lies in the foothills, in front of the foothills of Tian Mountains. And we are very lucky to see mountains, snow-capped mountains every morning from our windows. Oh, okay. Guys, could you please turn off your microphones? Please, thank you very much. Okay, so I didn't tell about population of the cities. So Almaty is the biggest city of Kazakhstan. The population is around 2 million people. And the population of Nur-Sultan is around 1,200,000 people for now. So let's see some other parts of the city. Almaty has an interesting story also, being as a settlement, as a big settlement, like a city on a Silk Road. And then it was just like settlement for nomads for a long time. Later it was a Russian fortress. And here you see this church built in beginning of 20th century, but we have a lot of these architectural monuments from 19th century in a very typical Russian style. Also, Almaty was a capital for a long time in Soviet times, especially, as I said, from 1929. And we have a lot of beautiful, amazing buildings of this from this era with amazing monumental art on the walls, like this, for example. Or also a lot of these like massive monuments. This is a monument dedicated for the heroes of the Second World War. That happened in 1941, 1945. One of the, like, we've been Soviet city, but also we are southern city. So of course you can't imagine southern city without markets culture. So there are a lot of markets around the city, and one of the main market is the Green Market, which is located in the city center. And I really love this place. It's a giant place where you can buy best vegetables, fruits, meat, and I don't know, everything you want actually. I mean, like, for example, even construction materials, clothes, shoes. So And the main part for me is that I know a lot of these merchants who sell their items there, and it's nice to go there and to meet them again and again, and to be sure in what you are buying exactly and where from these vegetables or fruits are. So another thing about Almaty is that people are very friendly, and it has very laid back atmosphere. So guy from Iran who just had some accidental game with this local guy, local Russian man. Also, as I said, we have this view of mountains from our window. And here is this Medeo ice skating rink, and we have Shimbulak ski resort. So in the winter time, it's we become the capital of these ski resorts of skiing. So like 10 minutes on 10-15 minutes on a taxi, and you already in the mountains, and you can enjoy hiking, skiing, skating, or other, or just time on the nature, you know. Another thing is that we have our vineyards around the city because we have perfect climate for growing grapes. So we have local wines, which we usually try with our guests. And also, as I said, people are very friendly, and we love to cook with locals, you know. So we go to the home of local people, and together we share our recipes, food recipes, and we, you know, it's more informal way of knowing people in a destination, different from if you go to restaurant, for example. In restaurant, you will be just served with the food, but you will not have this contact of meeting people. But if you go to the home of the family, of local family, you immediately understand how people live, what is their life like, you know, in more authentic way. So Almaty is a big city, but we are surrounded by beautiful national parks around the city. And actually the main unique point of this national parks is that it's a very highly contrast in the nature, in terms of nature, that if you take this, like if you do 5-day trip, on one day you can be surrounded by sand in a desert, and it will be extremely hot. But on the last day of your trip, you will be you can be in the mountains, and actually it will be very cold, and you will even touch the snow in the same trip you are taking. Okay, let's see what surrounds the Almaty. One of the interesting places to see is this Reserve Museum of Tanbali. And the main part of this museum is that it has around 5,000 stone drawings from Bronze Age. So there are different drawings of animals, people, of different religion rituals, even like religion dances, and of course gods in which the people believed in this time. So it's like unique, really unique open air museum where you can enjoy these amazing drawings from very close distances. You see, here is we with our guests. And also another interesting thing about it is that it is a part of UNESCO heritage places. So also, as you see, we don't have problem of overcrowding, you know, so you can enjoy the places just by yourself without any crowds around you, which is very important in these times, I guess. So another interesting place is Big Almaty Lake. It's very close to the city, around 1 hour driving. And it's very popular for locals to go there for weekends and to unwind, you know, to relax, to forget about stress of your everyday life. Just to enjoy beautiful view. One of my favorite national parks around Almaty is Altyn Emel National Park. It has different beautiful places, but one of the main places is this singing dune. So basically it's just a sand dune in the middle of the steppes. The wind blows from this from the river Ili, which is located not far, and this sand, the wind brings the sand into this valley, surrounded by these not high mountains, which blocks the wind, and that's why the sand falls down right in this place. So the dune is around 100 meters high, and it's very funny to go up on this hill, on these beautiful dunes, and enjoy this, again, view around you. And why it's singing? The singing is because when you go there in a dry, sunny day, and if it's windy, so the wind blows through the sand and creates amazing, unique sounds, like vibration. It's like when this the airplane flies very low in the sky. You hear this interesting sound. So it is the same sound here. It's impossible to describe. I think you should come here and listen to the sound, and it's just absolutely amazing, unforgettable, I would say, experience. So let's move further. Another part of this unique national park is Aktau Mountains, as you see. It is unbelievably beautiful, multi-layered sedimentary chalky hills with different layers of clay, sand, and stones. And the feeling when you are there, it's like you are on another planet, So it's me on these mountains. And again, my favorite part is that it's absolutely empty almost all the time. Because again, we don't have a lot of this, we don't have this overcrowding problem some other places have. And when you walk in these mountains, you feel yourself like a hero of some fantastic movie, which is absolutely amazing, especially when you're standing on the edge of these mountains and looking around, and you're surrounded mostly by this valley, which is empty. There is no villages around, no people, so you can really feel yourself as a the one on the earth. It's a really interesting feeling there. And of course, it's a amazing place for camping, for seeing sunsets. Just really cool place. And another place in this national park is Katatau Mountains, which is actually it's a lava. It's lava covered by dust, by sand, because it's interesting to think that we had volcanoes in a very far away past, millions years ago. There were volcanoes, active volcanoes, and actually some part of Kazakhstan where the bottom of the ocean, which is called Tethys Ocean. So that's the reason of these multi-layered sedimentary hills that we have right now in not far from Almaty. Okay, let's move from this Altyn Emel National Park to some other national parks, like, for example, Charyn Canyon, Kolsay, and Kaindy lakes. So here you see just one photo of Charyn Canyon. It's this part is called Valley of Castles. The Charyn Canyon is actually really big place. The length of the canyon is around 150 kilometers, and this is just a little part of the canyon. We call it as a Valley of Castles because it reminds you, like with all these peculiar shapes, it reminds you castles when you walk there. So some people compare it to Grand Canyon in US, but I really like just to think of it just as a unique place around Almaty, So after canyon, you can usually visit Kaindy Lake. Kaindy Lake is also a very interesting destination. As you see, this is a real trees. So the lake is actually sunken forest, which became the lake in result of the earthquake. So around 100 years ago, there was really a strong earthquake in the mountains, and the river was blocked, and it became a kind of like, instead of the forest, now we have this beautiful lake. And if you go up on the hill and look to this lake from the top, you will see that inside of the water, these trees are actually have the trees. They have these green needles, you know, because the reason why it's green under the water is that the water is very cold. It's a mountain lake. It's always cold. It's never warm to swim inside. You can go inside, of course, but it's also almost every month it's very cold, and of course in winter it's icy. But this is very just interesting lake. We had a guest from Hong Kong, I think. He was diving inside of this lake, and he was shooting a movie, and it was very interesting to see, you know, what was under the water. This is just some views from the window of your car, you know, not far from the village where we stay. And here you see, there's not far from this Kaindy lake, there is a chain of 3 mountain lakes called Kolsay lakes. So here you see first Kolsay lake, or as we call it, bottom Kolsay lake, because this is a lake which is located on the bottom. So from this first Kolsay lake, we usually do beautiful hiking trips to the second Kolsay lake. And between these lakes, there is beautiful coniferous forest, you know, like this, you see the spruce trees. So it's very active hiking up in the mountains, around 8 kilometers. So it takes around 3 hours of going one way, then having a beautiful picnic on this, on the bank of this lake, and then going back to the first lake. So it's like, you know, perfect day trip for day hiking trip for my guests. And here you see some parts of the village. So this is like the canyon and lakes. It's better to see in 2 days because it's quite big distance between them. And we stay usually in this beautiful Sati village with this is actually the home yard of the local people. So you get a chance to see how local people live outside of big cities like Astana or Almaty. Okay, now, so we saw what's around Almaty, and now let's see what's outside of what interesting we can see in other parts of Kazakhstan. So here is southern Kazakhstan. I don't know, I hope you see this map. Like this red part, and southern Kazakhstan is a perfect place if you want to feel yourself like, you know, Indiana Jones or archaeologist, you know. So you can, because you can visit these excavations of ancient cities like Sauran or like Otrar, which were really big cities in the past, but due to some events, wars, or some other just time, for now we only have the walls and some buildings, but it's very interesting to walk inside of the streets. You know, you can see all this clay, like clay little pieces of dishes from those times, of just under your legs actually. Also, this region is a region for to visit mausoleums of religion leaders like Ariston Bab, and like mausoleum of Hajar, which was where you can see this absolutely stunning architecture of these times, middle age times. And moving further, I just wanted to have time to really tell you more. So that's why I will speed up, I guess. So here's some natural parts, like national parks here in the southern Kazakhstan, which is amazing. This Aksu-Jabagli is the oldest park of Kazakhstan, and this is a place to see, for example, tulip blooming. It's just amazing when you're there and you see these carpets of tulips in front of you, all kinds of colors, just amazing. Okay, let's go further. And Western Kazakhstan. So if I would be asked which region of Kazakhstan is the most unique, I would really say that it's Western Kazakhstan. And the word that you should remember about Western Kazakhstan is Usturt. You see Usturt Plateau. So 2 years ago, I went there with my friends, and what we saw just, blow our minds. For example, look at this photo. This is my photos from my trips. This is Torish Valley, and you see this absolutely strange circular stones. They're ideally circular. No one made them like this. It's a completely natural fact. Naturally made stones. Again, because of our past, like million years ago, we were at the bottom of the ocean. These stones were created on this bottom of the ocean, and water made them so perfectly round. So here is my friend Lena. She's from Moscow, and she just enjoys this stone, like someone cuts the stone with a knife. Another interesting place, I mean, not interesting, just is absolutely amazing place called Bozhara Valley. You can go on the top of these hills and just, again, look around and enjoy this energy of this empty space, absolutely empty, and it's all white around you because this all is clay. White clay. Just again, it's impossible to describe. It's just something you should really see with your eyes. Here is another interesting place. It's Tuzbair Valley, and what you see, you can think maybe that it's a snow. Looks like a snow, right? Again, my friend Lena. But actually, this is a lake. This is a lake, salty lake, So this is a salt. What you see is the white part on this lake. It's a salt. And when the water dries, like evaporates, it's a shallow lake. So when the water, and it's very hot there, so when the water evaporates, you are left with this layer of salt. So you can walk on this lake and just enjoy this all amazing white surface around you. So let's move to central Kazakhstan, this giant part, which is also interesting, but unfortunately I didn't go there yet, but I hope I will fix this issue. So the main part, of course, is the Balkhash Lake. Balkhash Lake, it's again one of the biggest lakes in the world, and of course one of the biggest in Kazakhstan. And the interesting part of this lake is that one part of the lake is salty and one part of the lake is actually pristine. The water is clean, not salty. And you can even see this border between these waters. So it's very, very interesting phenomenon. If to explain it shortly, it's because in one part, there is the Ili River goes into the part, and that's why the water on one part is different from another. Also, if you continue your, for example, road trip in central Kazakhstan, you will enjoy these beautiful forests of these like stones and pine trees. Just amazing how life can grow through the stone, and I guess it's a really, really enjoyable time, to take a walk inside of this forest. And again, something similar to Aktau Mountains in Altyn Emel. There is another opportunity to feel yourself like you are somewhere on a Mars planet. It's Akjar Mountains, the same sedimentary layers. And now let's move to the eastern Kazakhstan. I don't know, I hope you see it's behind our, so let's do this. Yeah, so here you see this eastern part of Kazakhstan. It's where we have border with China and Russia. So here you see this Katon-Karagay National Park, one of the like the main, we can say the main national park of eastern Kazakhstan. So the lot of hiking to these mountains, to Altai Mountains, which you see now. It's Beluga, the highest mountain of Altai Mountains. All of these hikings, they start from this Katon-Karagay National Park. So you can visit this park. You know, it doesn't depend. Do you want to go up to the top, or you just want to enjoy this beautiful nature and a lot of beautiful views? Actually, this is very interesting part. It's like this sunflower fields you can see from the window of your car. If you would go, for example, right now, actually, you can. It's this season of this yellow fields on the different parts of the road. And of course, eastern Kazakhstan is a place for swimming, like this Alakoy Lake. It's a very, very unique lake with a unique water. That these people, like the spacemen, like Gagarin and some other, they were brought to this lake in order to have a rest after their flights, because this water is really, really good for your body, for your health. Another lake is Markakoy Lake. And again, very, very beautiful, interesting. So I hope you enjoyed my like little this introduction, very fast, very speedy into the country, you know, best parts. And here's some of my memories. You know, actually I have a lot of photos, of course, with my guest, because I do these trips already for 3 years. And I have all these, you know, friends all over the world whom I like to visit when I travel. And if you have any questions, we will be happy to answer. Of course, here's our channels where you can ask your questions, or just, you know, to see, you know, what is it like, what to know a little bit more about us, maybe. So Dinara.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, back to me. Thank you very much. Some of the pictures and information were new to me as well. I didn't know that we had some of those parts, and maybe I can travel with your company one day.
For sure, I will be happy.
Okay. So you guys, we have about 10 minutes left. If you have questions, please feel free to turn on your microphone, or you can also type in the chat and ask a question and we will answer it.
Yeah, I will be happy if you have any questions. Would be nice.
Anyone?
Hello, hi. Hamidi here.
Hi, Hamidi.
Hi.
I'm just wondering that whether you guys have opened your border for tourists because of COVID.
Yes, it's a very, very interesting question. For now, of course, for all tour companies here and for all guests. So for now, as I know, but of course, if you want to come, you should check with your embassy. What I know, we have open borders with CIS countries, the Commonwealth of Independent States, like former Soviet Union countries like Russia, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Belarus, Ukraine, and some other countries maybe. And also for international countries, I think we open borders with India, China, Germany, Poland, and maybe Netherlands, but I'm not sure. So there are different rules of entering country. Like for some countries, you should have your this test for coronavirus. For some other countries, you don't need the test, you just will be checked for temperature. But for now, until November 2020, all countries need to have visa, unfortunately. Because in the usual times, we have visa-free regime for a lot, for like big list of countries. But until November, everyone should get their visa to come to Kazakhstan. So
Okay,
I hope I
thank you.
answered your question.
Yeah. Is there any like quarantine requirements or whatever, like 3 days upon your reaching there, or 14 days?
Yeah, I guess what I know is that if you demonstrate your test, and which is taking like 5 days, yes, maximum 5 days time, then of course, if it's negative, you don't need to have this 14 days quarantine or any time quarantine. So mostly you just need to present your test with negative results, then you can travel. So
Thank you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome, Vadim. Okay. More questions, maybe? Actually, Dinara, it's not surprise, you know, that you didn't go to some places, because we are 9th biggest country in the world. It's not easy to visit all parts of the country.
Yes.
Yeah, so even me, myself.
Yeah, Western Kazakhstan definitely seemed beautiful. Those like spheres, those stone spheres.
Yes, it's amazing. We did 4-day trip in Western Kazakhstan, me and my 2 girls, friends. So, of course, it was not easy trip for city girls, you know, when you are 4-day camping without like shower, for example. But these views, just what surrounds you, what you discover, it's all worth of these days without comfort, maybe without hotels.
Yeah. So you sleep under the sky in the sense that it's just tents. You cook outside in a fire,
yes.
or not probably fire, those portable kind of ovens, right?
We have a connection with really cool drivers. So these drivers, they have all this equipment to cook. So our driver actually cooked for us, you know. So we just enjoyed nature. We made photos, you know, walked around. But our super cool driver really made our trip like, you know, unforgettable.
Yeah.
It's very, very.
Did he make plov? Just asking. Was it plov?
No, he didn't make plov because, yeah, well, it's a little bit complicated maybe in these conditions. But he says when he has big groups, like, for example, a lot of Italian people love to visit Western Kazakhstan. So when this group like 20, 30 people, and they have special car only for kitchen equipment. So then they do this camping kitchen, and then you can do anything, like, you know, to have any dish that you want.
Okay,
even
nice.
like hundreds of kilometers from civilization. So very interesting.
That's very interesting. Okay. Okay, Jivan is saying that he would love to explore places when things normalize. Yes,
yeah,
I think
hopefully.
we all want, and we also, I think Gauhar and I, we would also want to travel outside, right? To visit some of your countries. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, I'm waiting for this opening borders, of course.
Yes, and so what countries so far? What tourists from what countries so far did you visit you? What kind of clients did you have?
So I guess because of this geographical location, a lot of people from Europe come here. I mean, it's very, you know, we have a lot of these direct flights, and we had visa-free regime for them. So most of my guests are from Europe, like Germany, France, UK, Belgium, you know, Switzerland. second group of my guests are from Asia, like Hong Kong, like Indonesia, like Malaysia, so different other countries. And maybe some people come from US, but not a lot, I would say. I don't know why, but on my tours, I don't have a lot of US guests. I guess it's just all these oceans away, you know, it's not easy to fly.
Yes, 15, 20-hour flights. And
yes.
yes.
I experienced it on myself already. I've been in US, so it was really long flight. So I totally understand people.
Okay, and how does, so for example, if some of the people would love to travel using your company, so do they text you, they follow, like they can text you on Instagram, right? How does that work?
Yes, of course. So I would advise you firstly to visit our website, friendlytours.kz, where you can see all the information about all the tours. And then I think the best way is just to have a call, for example, WhatsApp call or Skype call. So in order to discuss, just to get some overview of the country, of the destinations, because if we are communicating via email or WhatsApp messaging, it will be a very long, line of emails and all these messages. So it's easier just to talk firstly, and then to follow up it with emails, like
to talk more about the techniques and the details of the trip.
Yes.
Okay.
So
all right, thank you. Do you guys have any more questions? If not, no more questions, we can end this here. Thank you, Gauhar. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
And I hope you found out more about our country. And we will see you later during the cultural and entertainment sessions.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. How to?
I'll just end this for everyone. I think I'm the organizer anyways.
Oh, okay. Cool.